And all of a sudden, I get this challenge from the La Crosse Symphony Orchestra to say, hey, if you ever want to write anything that's native, a symphonic piece, let us know. We'll try to find the grants and the funding. We'd love to do a project with you. So that was a challenge to me, and I didn't have any funding. If anything, I had a couple of free Southwest Airlines tickets, and they just started flying to Philly when this all happened. So I thought, I'm going to go up to spend time with Josh. He's a piano player. He's a classical background. I'm going to start making this piece called The Last Stand. And the reason I picked that, I'm not Lakota Sioux, I'm not Cheyenne or a Western. My tribe is from New York State, Mohicans. But as a child, at 9 years old, I started going out to the Little Bighorn Monument, or Custer's Last Stand, that battlefield, when I was 9 with my grandfather. And I've been to that battlefield up through high school, and even in college I visited. And I was always moved by the plains, by the topography of it, and also moved by the history of it. And I read every book out on that battle, and even talked to some of the descendants from the battle. And so timing came into play, and mystical things came into play, and imagery came into play, and art, music, and I combined every asset that I have with my heritage to say, I'm going to do an honorable piece about this Last Stand. And the difference with it, well, first of all, the Last Stand lasted about 25 to 35 minutes. They say it lasts as long as a white man takes to finish his dinner. And so I made the piece that long in honor of the battle. But the difference with my music, it isn't a archaeological piece, meaning it's perfect about the battle. It's at the end movement, which didn't happen in history, not yet, is the reconciliation. It's a reconciliation piece. It's a piece of healing, because I want to see that land healed. It was a great victory for Indian people, but it was also a great loss at the same time, because the government, you know, Crazy Horse was killed just a bit after that, and a lot of our people were pushed into reservations and forced to live certain ways, and things just changed for this country. And I do believe that the healing has to come from the land up, from our Creator, to recognize what this land means to us. And then it has to come up through the indigenous or First Nations people, then through slavery, and through Hispanics, and then through our European brothers and sisters who came through here, and the immigrants, and then on up until now. If they take it out of order, I just think it'll never heal right. And so this is, for me, my contribution to the healing process. This is the first contribution I'm making with The Last Stand.